Welcome to my Capstone presentation. My name is Susan Lewis, and I am a candidate in the Masters of Education program for Instructional Technology at Kennesaw State University. I currently teach 2nd through 5th grade students as a technology specialist, which is part of the specials rotation at Ackworth Elementary in Cobb County, Georgia. For my capstone project, I needed to choose a digital tool that can be used by the specialist teachers to document students' strengths and weaknesses for the standards that are taught in each special area class. The problem that prompted this capstone project is special area teachers do not have the knowledge and lack support for using alternative assessment tools such as a digital portfolio to determine students' strengths and weaknesses. The title of my capstone project is Seesaw. Seesaw is a digital portfolio that emphasizes student documentation about what they are learning in school. The special area teachers needed an alternative assessment tool that would show students' strengths, weaknesses, and growth. Research conducted related to the use of digital portfolios found that an alternative assessment, such as a digital portfolio, would meet the needs of each special area teacher because they would be able to document student growth for the required standards. The study was conducted to consider the students' view of alternative assessments. In a study completed with 14 to 15-year-old students, writing and drawing were assessed using a digital portfolio. Both studies determined that digital portfolio assessment has a positive effect on student self-confidence. Students approach digital portfolio assessments with more creativity. The plan for the capstone project was to design, develop, and implement a professional learning opportunity to introduce Seesaw and develop teacher familiarity and a comfort level for using digital portfolios. Professional learning was the best way to provide instruction and practice for the special area teachers to learn to use Seesaw. Professional learning about Seesaw would be meaningful and useful for the special area teachers. Currently, teachers collaborate weekly, and the weekly collaboration time was used to introduce Seesaw, reflect on using Seesaw, clarify any misunderstanding, answer questions, and support teachers who are struggling to use Seesaw to document student work. Instructional technology coaching was optional for teachers who needed extra support. The coaching approach that was used was the partnership philosophy of instructional technology coaching. The partnership philosophy was the best choice for coaching because the special area teachers teach different content areas. The goal of the capstone project was to increase the use of digital portfolios by the special area teachers. The evaluation plan required several surveys to be administered. The Seesaw Familiarity Survey evaluated teacher learning needs for Seesaw. The data from the survey provided guidance for planning the initial professional learning session. After the initial professional learning session, a survey was administered to determine the effectiveness of the first learning session. 2 surveys were administered at the end of professional learning. The Seesaw Implementation Survey determined the success of implementing Seesaw as a digital portfolio. The second survey, Effectiveness of Seesaw Professional Learning Community, analyzed information such as learning informative content, the level of engagement for each session, the appropriateness of the session given the current level of knowledge, and other statements that would provide information to me that would determine areas where I needed to adjust or improve the professional learning sessions. The capstone experience began in the spring of 2018 when I introduced my plan to the specialist team and informed them that our principal had approved the implementation of my capstone project. Professional learning occurred in August, October, and November of 2018. These professional learning sessions came to be known as Lunch and Learn because I provided lunch as an incentive for teachers to participate. A website was used to house all of the learning materials from each professional learning session. All of the professional learning sessions consisted of two parts. The first part allowed me to introduce and model the concepts we were going to learn, and the second part of each professional learning session allowed teachers the opportunity to practice the concept. The website contained instructions for each session, screencasts to review professional learning sessions, and links to handouts. During the Capstone experience, I was contacted by Seesaw and offered a free trial of Seesaw for schools due to the increased use of Seesaw at Ackworth Elementary. My principal chose to pursue this offer, and I was able to learn about the role of a Seesaw administrator. I was able to see all of the teachers in the school who were using Seesaw and all of the students' work. After the trial period, we chose not to renew and pay for the Seesaw for Schools option. The free version or the ambassador-only version met the needs of our teachers. After reflecting on my Capstone experience, I have determined that I must know how to model and facilitate the design and implementation of technology-enhanced learning experiences that align with student content standards and student technology standards. The skills that are necessary require me to be able to access student content and technology standards. The teachers use iPads to access Seesaw. The use of iPads require that I have the necessary skills for troubleshooting and modeling best practices for using the iPad and Seesaw to document student work. My confident attitude when modeling, facilitating, designing, or developing technology-enhanced learning experiences was paramount to the success of my capstone. I was enthusiastic when using digital tools and resources because this affected how teachers felt about using the iPad daily, and it helped teachers develop a willingness to incorporate this type of assessment into their classroom. The use of the website allowed me to provide long-distance support if I could not attend to the needs of a teacher immediately. I checked in with the teachers often and provided support if necessary. Working with a small group allowed me to meet the needs of the adult learners. If I were to offer this professional learning again, I would schedule coaching sessions for each teacher so that I could tailor the support needed for that teacher and allow for a longer professional growth period. A longer professional growth period between sessions allows time that is necessary for teachers to learn how to integrate the tools.